In the world of professional tennis, there are matches that are expected, and then there are matches that redefine the landscape. On June 19, 2026, at the Berlin Open, the tennis world witnessed the latter. Alexandra Eala, a 19-year-old rising star from the Philippines, stood across the net from world number 4 and former Wimbledon champion Elena Rybakina. On paper, it was a mismatch. Rybakina, known as the Ice Queen of the WTA, brought a game built on sheer, unadulterated power. Eala brought a dream, but as the sun set over Berlin, it wasn't the veteran holding her head high, it was the teenager. Today we go beyond the highlights. We are breaking down every tactical shift, every mental hurdle, and every technical adjustment that formed the blueprint for one of the greatest upsets in recent history. To understand Eala's victory, we must first understand the mountain she had to climb. Elena Rybakina possesses what many call the most clean power in the women's game. Her serve isn't just fast, it's precise. Her ground strokes aren't just heavy, they are flat and penetrate the court with lethal efficiency. In the first 4 games of the match, Rybakina was untouchable. She raced to a 4-1 lead, winning 85% of her first serve points. Eala looked lost, struggling to find a rhythm against a ball that felt like it was coming off a cannon. At this moment, most analysts were preparing their good effort tweets for Eala, but inside the mind of the 19-year-old, a transformation was beginning. The first crack in the Rybakina armor appeared in the 6th game. Eala realized that playing defense against Rybakina is a losing battle. If you give Elena time to set her feet, the point is over. Eala's first major tactical shift was her positioning on the return. She moved nearly 2 steps inside the baseline. This was a high-risk move. By taking the ball on the rise, she cut down Rybakina's reaction time. She wasn't just returning the ball, she was redirecting Rybakina's own 115 mph pace back at her feet. We saw Rybakina's footwork begin to stutter. For the first time in the match, the server was the one under pressure. Eala's ability to take time away from the world's best power hitter was the first pillar of her master plan. Every giant has a weakness. For Rybakina, it's her lateral movement. At 6 feet tall, she is a powerhouse when stationary, but she struggles when forced to hit while sprinting horizontally. Eala's coach had clearly done the homework. Eala stopped hitting safe shots down the middle. Instead, she began a pattern of short wide deep. She would pull Rybakina wide with a short-angled forehand, then immediately fire a deep shot to the opposite corner. This windshield wiper effect began to take its toll. By the middle of the second set, Rybakina's unforced error count skyrocketed. She was reaching for balls instead of stepping into them. Eala wasn't just playing tennis, she was conducting a physics experiment on how to move a champion out of her comfort zone. You cannot talk about Alex Eala without talking about the Rafa Nadal Academy. Since she was a child, she has been molded in the image of the King of Clay. That influence was on full display in the final set. While Rybakina's power began to fade under the pressure, Eala's intensity only increased. She played with a suffer-and-win mentality that has become the trademark of the Academy. We saw her chasing down dead balls, sliding on the grass as if it were clay, and showing a level of fitness that surpassed the veteran. This segment of the match wasn't about tactics, it was about sheer willpower. Eala's heavy topspin forehand, a direct descendant of Nadal's own shot, began to bounce high and out of Rybakina's strike zone, neutralizing the flat power of the Kazakh star. The most dangerous time in an upset is when the underdog realizes they are about to win. Most teenagers would have crumbled under the weight of the moment. But when Eala stepped up to serve for the match, her face was a mask of pure focus. She didn't play not to lose, she played to win. She went for her shots, hitting an ace out wide that left Rybakina frozen. In her post-match interview, she used one word, brave. That bravery was the final ingredient. She didn't just beat Rybakina's game, she beat Rybakina's aura. The champion looked across the net and saw someone who wasn't afraid of her. That, more than any forehand, is why the match ended the way it did. This victory is more than just one match in Berlin. It is a signal to the world that the Philippines has arrived on the global tennis stage. Alexandra Eala has provided a blueprint for every undersized or underdog player, that with the right strategy, relentless movement, and a brave heart, no mountain is too high to climb. As we look forward to the rest of the 2026 season, one thing is certain, nobody will ever underestimate Alex Eala again. She has moved from being a prospect to a threat. And for Elena Rybakina, it's back to the drawing board to find an answer for the teenager who decoded her game. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive on Tennis Spotlight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, how far do you think Alex Eala can go this year?